Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing a request from a viewer. I'll have it pop up on the screen right now. Thank you so much for your request, and it just made me so excited. I'm not gonna lie. Please, if anyone else has any questions, I would absolutely love to figure out how to make it work. This was so much fun. Like, genuinely, I enjoyed this so much. So yeah, please, if you have any more questions or comments, leave them down in the little comment area below. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but yeah, oh goodness, my AC just kicked on and it scared the bejesus out of me. Thank you all so much for the question, and without any more rambling, let's dive into the video. Oh yeah, and sorry by the way if my voice sounds a little funky. I do have a cold currently. It's been going around my workplace, and I was unfortunately one of the last people to get it. And so now everyone else is better, and I'm sick. But you know, I get the tissues all to myself, so there's that. Anyways, let's go to the video. So first, let's show you how it works. So their request was that I make a checklist type thing with pictures. So you have a checklist of items you need to get, and once you get them, they'll be crossed out when you look at the list again. Now, this is something I've been wanting to figure out for a long time how to do. Reaching behind me to grab something, but then I finally figured out how to do it by using a technique that my professor in college taught me, my coding professor, which is if like you're struggling real hard with the code, or even just to begin with, literally write it out. Grab a pen, pencil, whatever writing utensil you wish to use, a piece of paper, and write out exactly what you want the code to do and how you want it to do it. And then you go into the coding and make the coding work for you. You don't work for the coding. Now, this is a little bit different while using a system like RPG Maker. There, you are a lot more limited when you're just using the base game and everything like that. But, you know, I got it to work. So let's see. I picked up a list. And look, a really, really basic, ugly list, but it's a list. So let's see. Yes, I'm done. What happens when we pick up a bottle? Got a bottle? Oh wait, bottle wasn't on my checklist. So let's go see. Oh look, it's a flower, and this is definitely a stick, not a log. And some grass. Let's check the list. Alright, let's see. I've gotten the flower, I've gotten the grass, I've gotten the stick. I just need the water. Yeah, I'm done. Let's go back to the water. Let's fill it up. So now I have a bottle with water, which means, yay, my checklist is done. So let's see, what if, oh no, I sold an item accidentally, or I lost it. Let's dump this out, so we just get the bottle back again. And it's gone from the list. Water is no longer selected. Right, so now there are a couple things I need to adjust actually before I get into this, because I just realized something. I'm not gonna get copyrighted. All right. Here. I want to my mind is empty. There is not a single thought going on in my head. Going on inside my head tonight. All right. So first, let's just look at the items. You get the item, and then it literally control self switches that off. That is what every single one of these is, except for this guy, which is just you have a bottle, you fill it up, you remove the item bottle and give back a bottle with water. And then if not, it tells you I need something to fill this water with. I'm not just going to carry it around in my hands. The first I want to show you the empty bottle one. So if you want to have the bottle be filled with random things. You literally just do this. And if they have a bottle filled with soap, then you have a special event for what happens when you dump out the one filled with soap, dump out with water, etc. And this is just really basic. One, I can, if y'all are interested, I could make another video on doing a Zelda-like thing where you like dump the bottle of water in the seed and it grows and stuff like that. Let me know down in the comments. I can totally do that. But for now, that's all that does. But here is what happens. First, it does the common event, where are you at, which I use a lot in my mini game series. But it just sets a variable player X, Y, and map ID to each of those guys, which is under game data. And then this, I guess the region ID, this is just important for other things, but not for this, so you can disregard that for now. So it does that, then it fades out the screen, plays that sound effect, and then it turns this switch on. This is because I originally was going to try and do this somewhere else, and so I had all of the items on the list set to also turn on when this switches on, and I was too lazy to go in and delete all of them, so that's why this is turning on. If you had multiple checklists, you could do a check to see which checklist you have by going like conditional branch, items, and then if you have each specific checklist, you would go through and be like, which checklist do you want to view? So there, you would want to do is once a checklist is complete and you go give it to like whatever you're gathering it for, or it's done, it deletes itself, bada boom, bada bam. All right, next you want to have like a potion ingredients type system, which case you would just label them. Instead of having checklist, it would be a recipe for blank or something like that. But anyways, then after it saves where you are, it sends you to the checklist map and turns a pair through and transparent. Technically, you only need to do it transparent, but I'm paranoid, so I always do through too. Then fades in screen, a label loop. Then this is my favorite little trick. It is a transparent and set to bottom. This means you will be able to view the picture or the background or whatever with nothing obstructing the view, but you will still be in the event. Like, it's basically like an empty event. And then once you click through that, done, yes or no. No, jumps you back to loop. You go back to the blank screen. Yes, then it transfers the player to the variables we saved earlier, and then turns transparent and through off and fades in the screen. So the checklist map, this is where it sends you. This is a parallax background. So if you wanted to have a bunch of different checklists, you'd have to have a bunch of different maps. And you could just, instead of doing the complicated thing I mentioned here earlier, just have a bunch of different common events that are the exact same that just send you to different maps for different items, which this is literally just a key item that plays the common event. That's all that is. But these guys are set if you have item flower, if checklist is on, which, I mean, it's irrelevant. That one doesn't matter. It'll show you this checkmark item, which I did with just a, I just took this, put it into GIMP, and then 48 by 48 is the pixel size for each little square. And I did that, and I drew a check mark, and yeah, that's all that is. And that's for the flower, rustic water, etc. You'll notice that I lined all of these up in a row. So what you would want to do, there are two options. One of them is very glitchy. I will warn you. Is you could have the check mark span two boxes, and that way you could have it be in the middle. If you have doodads, you could have the check mark be a doodad set to come on with a switch. But what I did is I created a canvas in GIMP that was the same size as the default screen. So 816 by 624, whatever your resolution is set to, you would want to make it that size. Have it black because I'm using a parallax. I made the little squares, and if I turn on the grid, you'll see I have a 48 by 48 grid going on right now. So that's how I knew where to put my boxes. I could do them all in a row. I could have, like, it doesn't have to be this neat and tidy, make it look how aesthetically however you want, but if you want the check marks to be able to go in the right spot, then you can have it here. Another thing you could do is have a thing that crosses it out. Then you would just have to make sure if you did it in the 48 by 48 that you have all these events appearing set to the same one next to each other. So it would just be like taking 3 of these and going boop, boop, boop. And then having them each set to one of those items. If you wanted to do a cross out, I just liked the look of the check, so I went with the check. But you had requested a cross out, so that's how you would do that. Here, I can actually, just do. Okay, that's done. And I'm gonna have them both because I can. You. And you. Okay, so let's dive back in so I can show y'all what that looks like. All right, so this is it normal. And then that's it with it checked out. You would probably want to have a thinner line so you could still see what was underneath it, but you get the picture. Oh yeah, and see that little floating arrow down here? That's what the blank event does. It just sets it so when I hit any of the continue buttons, then it pulls up the next one. You don't have to have the done thing there. You could just have it so the player, if the player hits the thing, then it does it. And let me show you what this happens when you don't have a bottle. It needs something to hold the water. It's just simple. Now, mind you, this is a very bare bones, basic, made for tutorial thing. But yeah, that is how everything, I believe. Except for one thing, which I was gonna show y'all. The thing's done, like the checklist is done. So what now? What do I do now? It's great. That shows it's done, but like, what's the relevance? So there are 2 different ways you can do this. Okay. The way I'm trying to do it is overly complicated. I'm making it simple. Here's the NPC that wanted the items. Oh, got everything, did you? I overuse self switches and I am not afraid to admit it. I like my stuff to look neat and clean and tidy, and this makes it easier to do crap like this. Sorry. Like this. Oh, my Lanta, like this. You're going to be self-switch B. You're going to be self-switch C. Looks like you're still missing some. Right, then A off, B off, and finally C off. Yay. I'll take those off your hands. Then, okay. And then I'm gonna do this. I have my own bottle. So here, you can have this back. I'm sorry, Zelda has traumatized me. Maybe I need to do one where it does the Zelda animation every time you get an item. Would you guys be down for that? I think I'd be down for that, but then I have to animate it. Ooh. Alright. Then actually we want D on. Yeah, you can be self-switch D. Sure, why not? Thanks for the help. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now we're doing this the easy way. I'm cutting most of that out. Alright, new game. Boom. 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 Yes. Looks like you're still missing something. No. Okay. That works. And let's make sure I have everything. Yep, I have everything. So let's go talk to her. Oh, got everything, did you? Yes. Yay. I'll take those off your hands. I have my own bottle, so here, you can have this back. Got the bottle back? Okay. This is just to show you that, like, all the items are gone. What you would actually want her to do is to also take the checklist. And then you're done. It's as simple as that. Yeah, simple. I overcomplicate things. This is why I should have gotten out my notebook and written down what I wanted to do, but I didn't because I'm stubborn. But here we are. And yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I apologize if it's a little janky and cuts in and out. I took way too long trying to figure that out. But here we are. We have it all figured out. And I just launched a sticky chicken at my ceiling. So when that falls, when I forget about it, it's going to scare me. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank y'all so much for watching the video, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And if you have any more comments, questions, or anything you want to know about RPG Maker, chicken scared the crap out of me, please leave them in the comments below. Bye!